Welcome back to Mental Health Makeover with me, Dr. L. Armstead. Now, this channel is not medical advice. It's not meant to replace sessions with counselors or therapists or other medical professionals. It's definitely not designed to replace any prescribed medication due to a diagnosed mental illness. However, Mental Health Makeover is all around removing the stigma around mental health, opening up the conversation, and truly supporting one another through these difficult times. Especially in today's society where there's so much that's literally coming against our mental health, this channel will help you to be proactive in that area. Well, today we get to talk about one of my favorite topics around mental health, and it is self-assessment. So what is self-assessment, you may ask? It is simply checking in with yourself just to see how you're doing. It's just taking a quick scan, a mental check-in, if you will, just to figure out what's going on with you right in the moment. It can be done in just a few minutes, just long enough for you to pause and ask yourself, how am I doing? Now think about it. We ask others how they're doing throughout our day. Even so often we are in the grocery store, we might ask total strangers how they're doing while we're waiting in line, right? It is our common greeting that we have for others. So while we ask others so often how they are, doesn't it make sense that from time to time we check in with ourselves? Self-assessment is probably the simplest mental health makeover tip I can give. Simple yet so powerful. Because when we can name our emotion, when we can communicate it, when we can own it, then we can realize what it is and start to make actions to change our behaviors to kind of get us out of that feeling or that moment, especially if some of those feelings could hamper our productivity for the rest of the day. So here, let's try it together. I want us to just do this quick practice so you can see how easy it is for you to implement this quick self-assessment throughout your day. Take a look at this pictograph and perform your mental check-in. Decide on which of these smiley faces best represents how you're feeling in this current moment. Calm down, clear your thoughts, and just focus and ask yourself, how are you? Figure out which picture best shows that. See, it's that simple to self-assess, to take a minute to get a mental note of your psychological standing. But did you know that most of us rarely take the time to ask ourselves how we're feeling, how we're doing? And that truly is the problem that can hamper our mental health success. So often we are terribly wrapped up in the busyness of the day, going from one responsibility to another task, to helping others and thinking about what's going on with others and people in the world, especially for women. Yeah, I'm looking at you ladies, particularly mothers who oftentimes will put the health and well-being of other folks over themselves. So they're always asking how the kids are doing, how their spouse is doing, what's going on with family members and other people that they love and care about. And it ends up being that we take so much time to think about others that we're rarely thinking about ourselves. And so this is most important for that group. So for all those busy moms and everyone else who believes that self-assessment is a foreign concept, I'm going to need you to watch this video again. Yep, I said it. Watch the video again. I want you to reflect back and throughout the week, find opportunities to take those very few minutes to self-assess. A great way to start is take about 5 minutes at the beginning of your day to kind of check in, and then at the end of the day, do the exact same thing. Simply asking yourself, how are you doing? My hope is that you would start to practice this action throughout this week and going forward so that you can create this habit of daily checking in with yourself. It is a great way to empower yourself to be more successful with your own mental health. It's quick, simple, and easy. So then you say, well, Dr. Armstead, I checked in, I figured out kind of where I am, how I'm feeling. What then do I do? So let's take a few examples here. So maybe you do your self-assessment and find that you're feeling pretty stressed. I would encourage you to employ one of the great breathing exercises that really helps to relax your body. So our bodies are amazing. They are designed to help us and to recover and restore as long as we know what to do. So I like to use the breathing technique I call the 4-5-6 method. And so what that is that you take 4 deep breaths in through your nose, hold it for 5 seconds, and then release it through your mouth for another 6 seconds. And so what we know for sure about our brain and our bodies is that normally when we're stressed, we tend to breathe in quicker, heavier, and that can actually lead to hyperventilation. We definitely don't want that because that puts us into more stress and our body into greater stress. And so this 4-5-6 breathing technique is easy to do. It's something that you can do at any time. And I would encourage you to do it about 3 different reps of the 4-5-6 and even more as long as you start to feel your body relaxing. So it goes something like this. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 5. Exhale for 6. Pushing that breath out helps us to relax. And again, it helps us when we're breathing out more and not inhaling more to make sure that we're not going to get in that process of hyperventilation. What if you check in and find that you are extremely nervous or extra anxious about something coming up? Maybe you have a huge presentation that you have to give, a very big meeting to attend, or a critical final exam that you have to pass. If you find yourself in that situation, something that normally works well for me is the power of visualization. And so I like to visualize myself having successfully finished that presentation or that big meeting and walking out feeling great, knowing that I did my best and now, it's over. So try visualization. It's a great way to kind of renew your mind when you're feeling fearful or nervous, and to train it to think about the positive of the after of what happens. So let's say you take your self-assessment and you find that you are feeling great. It's a great day, you're happy, and there's a lot of reasons to smile. This is a great opportunity to practice some gratitude. Count your blessings, be thankful that things are going well, and hold on to that feeling, that positive feeling. So even when you have some bad days, you can go back to this memory that things can be good, and you can be happy. A moment of gratitude is never wasted time. So this is Dr. Armstead sharing our mental health makeover tip for this week, which is all around my favorite, self-assessing. So share what you've learned with others. Take a moment throughout the week to pass this information along and to review this video to make sure that you and others are performing this quick mental check-in, because it's a very proactive way to stay on top of your mental health. Also, check back throughout the week and put in your comments. I want to know, what did you find out when you asked yourself that question, how you're doing? Let's continue to be proactive throughout this week with our mental health, one makeover tip at a time. So as we're signing off for this week, I just want to remind you to live your life well.